Alright y'all, gonna do a video here and I will add some more clips when I'm done talking. But anyway, the perfect tractor for your homestead is usually a hard question to answer because everybody has different needs, everybody needs different sizes and all that goes with it. So I would say for the majority of homestead uses, this one here that I got, John Deere 3043D, will probably work. So it's got a loader. It picks up, I think 12 or 1300 pounds is what it's rated for. So it does a pretty good amount of weight, especially if you got counterweight on the back. It definitely makes a big difference. That's why now I say if you're buying a tractor, especially if you're going to go buy a new one, go ahead and get a box blade with it, because you can do a lot of what you can do with a scrape braid. You can do a lot of, grading like a land plane. It's kind of a best of both worlds for not a terrible amount of money. If it's not enough weight, you can also hang suitcase weights on them usually. And they're very useful. I hadn't done it, but I've seen a video where people would take and angle it all the way down like that and let the tines all the way down to kind of plow up a garden spot where the back's not hitting the ground and moving the dirt, but just running through and ripping it a bit. So maybe that's something you can consider as well. But this here, we move 4x5 round bales with it with no problem at all. Like I said, you've got the bucket that comes on it. You can get the, one thing, I'm not going to say John Deere is better than anybody else. I like John Deere because I grew up with them. The local, dealership, my grandpa bought from them. My dad's bought from them. Now I bought from them. My father-in-law's bought from them and all that kind of stuff. Had pretty good luck with the John Deere stuff. One benefit to the John Deere is they come with the John Deere quick attach system for no upcharge, where I know a lot of other, manufacturers, you can get the skid steer quick attach, but there is an upcharge for that. So be prepared for that. John Deere has good financing, especially the company that we deal with, in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, you can use pallet forks, you can use a bucket, you can use, they make stump buckets for them. Good Works Tractors has a lot of videos on John Deere stuff, and they're making equipment for John Deere and stuff now to fit John Deere, rather, not for them. But anyway, there's a lot of different things that you can use for it, and it's hard to get the quick attach set up. I've had good luck with it so far. I've got like 70 some hours on it. Just went through the second regen here, doing the bush hog. So I hadn't had any problems with that. It's a Yanmar engine, so it does a pretty good job. From what I've heard, Yanmar is real reliable. It's got a pretty good 3-point system on it. You can adjust how fast or slow you want to come up, and it works real good. It's got pretty comfortable controls here. This one does have a manual transmission versus a hydrostat. I got that because it's a little bit cheaper, I believe, and I hope it's less maintenance or less problems in the future. But it's got a pretty comfortable station, mats on the floor there, 4-wheel drive. This comes with the R4 tires, so you can get the ag tires. The chain, the saw haul mounts on there just fine. These buckles here, you can push that in and slide these out to help you hooking up stuff. I'm not crazy over the turnbuckle stabilizer there versus the nicer stuff with the bar, but they are pretty heavy duty, and I'll give it that. The fuel adding fuel is pretty easy to get to. The tractor sits pretty good for its size as far as going. I've never had it completely stuck, or I had somebody had to pull me out or anything. I've been able to maneuver the way out, and even in the snow and mud the other day, I thought one point I was stuck, but was able to get it out. It doesn't burn a lot of fuel. It's real good on fuel consumption. 4-wheel drive. 43 horsepower, which is a beast for its size. They make the same frame here in 25 horsepower and 35 horsepower, but I figured I'd go ahead and get the 43D because honestly, frame size makes a lot of difference for your applications. So I would get the most horsepower you can get in the frame size that's going to work for you. You'll just come out better in the long run. You have more PTO power, more engine power, and all that. So, like I said, moving things around with the loader, hay bales, and everything, you can put a spike on the back and carry a bale that way. You can run a 5-foot. This is a 4-foot, no problem. I'm sure you can run a 5 and 6 maybe bush hog with no problem. And running tillers, and I run. I hadn't hooked it up yet, but I used my smaller subcompact Ford and hooked that to the grain grinder, and it pulled that. So I know if that'll pull it, this will pull it. I square baled with it. I don't know about cutting hay. If you'd be able to get a small enough cutter, I know it'll pull a sickle bar if you had one, but not many people use those. But most small homesteads don't cut hay anyway. They just move bales around, buying it from somebody else. I've unloaded, my dad's tractor and trailer with hay on it, and it reached high enough to do that. And I did that with no back ballast weight on it, which I should have had, but I didn't have the box blade then, and the trailer I had wouldn't accommodate having a bush hog on it and everything like that. So that's why I didn't do that. But we use it, lifting up the hogs to butcher them, use it cleaning out pens. I use it turning the compost with the bucket. There's a ton of uses. I got a fertilizer spreader over there. I hadn't used it on this tractor, but I used it on the small one, so I know it'll pull it just fine. It's a good size frame. Like I said, it's got a lot of versatility, a lot of power for the size of it, and I think you can get a lot of good uses out of it. And because, sometimes you just can't use a bigger tractor. It would just be in the way. And that's one reason I went with this, because my father-in-law does have bigger tractors if we need that for bigger things like cutting and baling hay or whatever. And I got that Massey Ferguson when I fixed the thing I broke on the oil pan. But that's another story for another day. So they have all kind of different frame sizes. They've got the 1025R, they've got the 20 series, and then the 30 series. And if I had the extra money, I probably would have got a 4 series where they got a 4066, just to have a little more versatility. But then again, a lot of things it's would be too big for. So I think the 3 series, the 30 series here, or 3 series, whatever you call it, but the 3043D, I think it feels a really good gap of splitting the difference between too small and too big for normal homestead use. Again, this is, I consider it more of a small farm or homestead tractor versus a farm tractor. Having, I say it's got plenty of horsepower, but the frame size and the weight is not that much. So I think it would have enough horsepower to pull like the round baler and the hay mower out there, but I just don't think the frame size would accommodate it. I don't know. Maybe if I get the rear remotes put on, I might try it for the at least the hay mower and be able to inform you on that. But as of right now, I can't recommend either way because I haven't tried it. So I have a 9-foot John Deere hay mower, sickle style. But again, normal homestead use, I think this is a really good option. Maybe even the best option. I don't know. I hadn't had a bunch of other brands of tractors and everything, but so far it pretty much does everything that I need to do with it for its size. Like I said, I don't expect it to be, pulling big round balers and big disc mowers and things like that. So for the frame size of what it's, actually rated to do, I think it does very good. It has a really good turn radius when you turn in the stern wheel all the way. It'll turn around on a dime, so to say. But maybe something for you to consider if you're looking for a tractor. Definitely do a ton of research before you decide to pull the trigger on something. Sometimes I believe that the loader should pick up just a hair more than it will. But then again, it is what it is. But all in all, pretty happy with it. And maybe it'd be something that would do your needs too. So John Deere 3043D, I think, is a very good homestead option. Other than that, I'll put some clips up. Stay prayed up, prepped up, and strapped up. See ya. Alright, y'all. I'm going to try to do a little bush hogging today. This is a smaller bush hog than the tractor will hold by far. It's only 4 foot, but it's all I got.